Well, fucking Alexander.
This is where the dicks hang out.
Oh, that's right. Gaylor told me you're helping with cleanup here now, eh?
You shake 'em more than once, we know what you're doing.
How long you been at it?
48 fiscal hours.
Boy, that's more than enough time to see a nightmare or two around here, eh?
Sometimes there's shit on the outside of the toilet.
Huh?
Sometimes there's shit on the outside of the toilet.
Is that right?
You think that's bad, you should see the Uranus.
Huh?
You think that's bad, you should see the Uranus.
Did it get pretty hairy over there, or?
Sometimes there's shit on the outside of the Uranus.
What?
Sometimes there's shit on the outside of the Uranus.
Fuck. Well, how do you think it got there?
Remember how I said sometimes there's shit on the outside of the toilet?
Yeah.
Well, I bet the shit got on the outside of the Uranus the same way the shit got on the outside of the toilet.
Isn't that something?
People of the sun, people who will brave, people who will run. One became two became none. The end has begun, so we're gone. Welcome to the beginning of the middle of the end. Welcome to the beginning of the middle of the end. Welcome to the beginning of the middle of the end. You see, the end has begun, so we're gone. The most important book I've ever read is...
Welcome to Cascadia Hockey, brought to you by Buried Puck Threads. Today's opening track brought to you by C. Mikes, featuring Sage Francis. The title of that track is The End Has Begun, off of the album Live Long Enough to Learn, Strange Famous Records in 2018.
Word. That was
what
excellent.
Fantastic song.
Yeah, I just checked that artist out for the first time last night. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, it's got a
chill. Is everything that chill?
Yeah, pretty much.
That.
You know,
I dig it.
What I've learned with what I really like about Strange Famous is the whole realization I came to with Wu-Tang. Here we go, Wu-Tang again. But no, with Wu-Tang, like true MCs, true hip hop, not this like R&B shit as RZA, says at the beginning there of Forever. But and Strange Famous really goes down that same path. True hip hop, true MCs.
Yeah,
dropping lyrics, don't really need a hook a whole lot.
It's all about the lyrics.
Yeah.
It's all about the lyrics.
I like
See,
it.
for me, it's all about the instrumentation.
So
well, that too.
But
But you know what? Most of these artists, like that album there, you can get just the instrumental version of it.
Sure.
So,
But that's really what draws me in, which I know I brought it up yesterday, but Damfu, the Fudge Monk, like his instrumentation, like he's a freaking genius, man.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
just so laid back and chill.
This is The Sound, Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Whew.
So I love that right away, just the guitar at the beginning and the backing track. That's what draws me into
absolutely
to hip hop, because a lot of times, I don't identify so much with what they're talking about because I didn't come from that.
right.
So I can't really identify, but the instrumentation draws me in, and then I can appreciate it so much more.
Dude, I listen to punk and I have no idea what an oi is.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to Cascadia
Here we
Hockey
are.
one more time.
We just talked more music on this podcast than we did on our music podcast.
That's right. My name is Corey Gaston. I am your host with the least.
The least.
We are here to talk all things hockey. Across from me today, our usual gang of hockey groupies, I would call us at
I
this
am
point.
not a groupie.
Derek is.
I'm a puck bunny.
I can get Oh yeah, I can see that.
Derek is.
I can totally see that.
And you are for some of the WNHL gals.
Oh, I am too.
NWHL.
Also, yes.
So I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Anya Packer.
The voice you hear is Anya Piper.
Hey boys.
Down at the end of the table, number 86, the regular guy.
Just
Derek
regularing it up.
Schoenrock.
You feeling pretty regular this morning?
No, I'm feeling attacked on Instagram and Twitter daily because of your friends out there.
Oh, hey, dude, our friendships are in deep, so...
Telling you.
I'm still catching flack for this gritty thing.
Let's finish
You're
this.
so wrong about it. So
We'll get to that.
Behind the boards, the leader of men, founder of Buried Puck Threads, and all-around guy who hates you, Aaron Piper.
That is only 85% true.
I know. It was a bald-headed statement.
Why do you hate people?
I don't hate anyone.
But you hate everyone.
Did you subscribe to something?
Like what?
on Apple?
I don't know.
like
Apple TV.
3 minutes ago? Like a fitness thing?
No, I don't think so.
Is it a recurring payment? Something that's monthly or yearly?
This is happening on air.
I know.
It is. It's free for 3 days, so we're going to have to look into that afterwards. Apple, if you fuck me over.
Okay, I'm sweating right now. Like, I'm freaking out. Like, oh my God, is my identity being taken?
It's actually under my identity.
Okay, so then I'm good.
For
So
a
you're
$3
$9.99 a week.
what?
Poofda.
Is that like wrong?
My fitness workout by Get Fit.
Piss off.
You haven't done anything?
No, I clicked the link to
First
look
off,
at
let's not buzz market this crap.
the thing and did the thing with that thing.
So now you guys see what our married life is like. We'll figure that out later. We got
A quick look behind the curtain.
we got 3 days to figure that one out. Okay.
Here we are.
2020
Welcome, 2020.
hockey. Let's talk hockey.
Let's do it.
Before we start, let me just say we do not have any Irishmen with us today.
Yeah.
We
So sad.
I'm so bummed I missed that episode. I
It's
really
fun.
wanted
It's-
to talk to him.
It's gonna
His
happen
voice is
again,
hot.
dude.
Well, of course it is.
It is very.
we
He's
cut
so
it.
dreamy.
It's so dreamy. Like, I would just listen to him talk all day long.
Yeah, and she did. She actually put that episode on repeat. for the
I went
last
back to work and I was
17
like,
days.
repeat.
Hey, you want
So
to?
can you just send me that file?
You want to save a bunch of money on Calm.com? Just go ahead and subscribe to Cascadia Hockey and listen to Griff.
You just have to block out the other parts.
Yeah,
I got a great editor for that. So
yeah.
No, Griff, that was a fun time. We had a lot of people interact with that. We don't have Griff. We don't have Kyle. We don't have Kwame. We don't have any guests today. You get us four.
Woot!
So
Lucky you guys.
if that pisses you off, you can go ahead and
fuck off.
Piss off.
I feel
man.
like I come in only when there aren't any guests.
Corey's like,
That's
shit.
pretty
No, I
accurate.
can't
It
be there today.
sucks.
I'm sorry.
It sucks.
It's all good. There has been a lot happening. A lot happening. I feel what. So
where are you even going to start?
when did we last record? The 17th of December.
It's been a
So
while.
we're, it's
It's been 3 weeks plus, yeah.
And I feel like that 3 weeks is
A flurry of
been
activity.
in every league right now.
Yeah, dude, we're not winning the playoffs.
No,
For the
no.
Tri-City Americans.
No, I'm talking about Cascadia Hockey. Like,
Oh.
3 weeks off, we're coming
yeah.
out weak.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah.
The Americans took the winter break and
to a new level.
Didn't break at all.
No.
At least the front office didn't.
No, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on. There was rumblings for weeks about it. They called up their third goalie, who is actually still just affiliate status right now, which means he's still technically part of his Bantam team. He's only here as a call-up. He's not technically part of the roster at this point. So does that say there's going to be another goalie brought in at some point? There's that 18-year-old that we traded for from Edmonton. It's been a week. It's been a fucking week. This is the first time I've been
1 week.
Yeah, it's been 1 week since we knew exactly who was on the roster of this team.
That's true.
This has been my first experience with a major rebuild in a junior team. Now, I mean, I've seen it happen to other teams. Seattle's been going through it the last couple of years. But this is a straight up rebuild that the Ams are in the middle of
I mean, I'm sure people saw it coming, but like,
if you look at the comments,
okay,
it looks like nobody saw this coming.
This-
and I'm being facetious.
they
just
don't
come in and
understand
clean the
what's going on.
house. You know, I'm not saying any of these kids were dead weight by any
No.
means,
No.
but the way the team has been playing,
Yes.
it is time to do something different.
So let's throw this out there, and I'm not speaking as an Ams fan right now because I'm gonna rip y'all Ams fans here in a few minutes. So get ready, bend over because it's coming, and I'm going in dry.
Whoa!
Here's
That is
the.
just gross.
Well, that's about the only analogy I know how to put this because here's what happened.
At least tell me you love me first.
I'll stroke your hair before we get to it. Here's what happened, and I was guilty of it as well for a while. The Ams went on that road trip to Alberta back in November, won all three. They beat Edmonton, who was the best team in the league at that point. They still pretty much are. Came back and was like, okay, they needed that road trip to get on the right page. Since that road trip, which was middle of November, they have won a grand total of 2 games.
Yeah.
One of those happened November 30th. The other one happened December 31st.
I was there for the November 30th. Just saying.
No, you
Just
weren't.
saying.
You weren't there for November 30th because.
Yeah, that was Jackson's birthday.
Oh yes, you were. It
I
was the
100% there. For
when
that
was?
game.
But there was one because they played Vancouver that night. There was another Vancouver game that we were doing an event at the museum with Garage.
That was way
yeah.
back.
That was like November 1st.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
the first week.
Yeah.
First or
no,
second. The
yeah.
second, yeah.
Nope,
But
yeah.
so yeah, you were there. but if they hadn't won New Year's Eve night, they would have gone the whole month of December
That's
without
scary.
a win. Without
That's
a win.
Scary.
So when this started to really creep up, I think for me was middle of December because at the end of November they struggled a little bit. You're like, yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's a dry point. And then all of a sudden it was like, holy shit, this team might not win another game this
I'll
year.
win again.
Yeah.
And it's not like they were always getting blown out, although they got blown out a few times. But there was a lot of 1-goal, 2-goal games.
Well, yeah.
They were hanging in there. New Year's Eve was great. They beat Spokane, which it's one of those. Derek,
It's
as
the
a,
biggest
as
game
a
of the year.
Cowboys fan back in the day when you went 1-15, you were happy if that one win was against the Redskins. So that's kind of how
As a Washington State University Cougar fan, you can
UW.
go 0-10 and
beat UW.
and finish the season 1-11 by winning the Apple Cup.
Tell me more about the Apple Cup.
And that's your season. I'll tell you about the Apple Cup.
You know how much I love football.
So
And
Corey's got a story.
but I have supported the Huskies my entire life.
Mhm.
And then that resolve was kind of renewed because Snow's brother had the first heart and lung transplant in the United States simultaneously
okay,
at the University of Washington.
Okay.
He was a Husky fan because they saved his life.
Sure.
Cool. So, Husky fan by proxy on top of that. Yes.
UW urology department last year saved my life, so-
And your penis.
and my penis.
And so, right on top of all of that, I just have to say,
It's fine.
and I don't have any horse in the game other than to fuck with you. So
Thank
that's
you.
why.
I could
Back
take
to
it.
hockey.
I can take it.
New Year's Eve, which was a wonderful game. It really was. It was your atypical 6,000 fans there. Place was bumping. They won it in overtime. And this is where my beef with the fans is going to start. Because, excuse me, after that game, a lot of fans are like, oh, here we go. Season's turning around. It's going in the right direction now. You've literally won you won 2 out of your last 16 games.
Yeah.
Nothing's turning around. You beat a rival on New Year's Eve. That's what happened, okay? So fans are all positive. Then comes New Year's Day. And I'm still connected to some social media things there, and all of a sudden my phone started blowing up with people commenting, liking, all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, what happened? I click on it, and Beck Warm, our beloved Beck Warm, was traded to the Edmonton Oil Kings. In return, we got 2 players and 2 draft picks. Not a bad return, right?
Not bad.
But then it starts. What the fuck? Why is the team? Why didn't they get rid of management? Why isn't Bob gone? Why isn't Kelly gone? Blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, I get it. One of the beloved fan favorites is gone.
Okay, but I have a question. Why is the coach always the fall guy?
Well, because you can't fire all of them, all the players.
We could.
Anyway, let me make this statement right now. Kelly
I'm
Buckberger
sorry.
is not the problem at
No,
all.
absolutely not.
Zero
That's
problem.
Not
Kelly
yet,
Buckberger
right?
is a stud.
Buckberger is a stud. I mean, he might be the bottom of the barrel
Proven.
stud, but he's still a stud. So, no, but seriously, Kelly is zero part of this problem. I've had many conversations with players last year, this year, who love playing for that guy.
How long has his tenure been?
This
so
is
far?
his second season.
Second season. Okay,
Yep.
here's the deal.
He's got to have at
He's-
least 2 more after this.
He's right now. We're showing some of his influence because he's still playing with cards that were dealt to him.
right.
Yeah,
These aren't
like
his
somebody-
guys. Maybe
Right.
he has a different philosophy, and the guys that are on the roster right now don't fit into that. So they're making moves, man,
Yeah.
and it's needed to be done. You can only be mediocre for so long,
Right.
And maybe this is showing some of the misses in the draft from 2-3 years ago,
Maybe.
which happens. You're evaluating 14-year-old kids,
Yeah.
expecting them.
Well, they start at 12 and 13
I
now
know,
on
but when
evaluation.
they're drafted, your average age is about 14 in the draft, right? Or
15. 15's the average, but yeah.
But yeah, so they're evaluating you when you're 13, 14 years old. Come on, guys, these are
Yep.
children. Okay, there's
Yeah.
gonna be some misses,
Yep.
and if you string along a couple misses here and there,
Yep.
you're gonna just be mediocre. So this teardown for me is much needed. It's been about
Yes.
3 years where we've been mediocre,
Yeah.
mediocre to bad.
This was well 2 years ago we had that great run to the Western Conference Finals.
That was the
2
3
years
ago, right?
Not last season, the season before.
right. Okay, so
but
we're almost through another season. So to me, that's 3 seasons ago.
But even leading
But yeah.
up to that, the seasons before that, we hadn't won a playoff series
Right.
since like 2012,
Right.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So get young. Some teams that are obviously nailing it in the draft: the Edmonton Oil Kings,
The Portland Winterhawks.
the Winterhawks. We now have some of their top evaluated talent.
Yep.
That's young.
Yep.
So now it's up to us to continue to develop it.
Yep.
But we've cherry picked some guys from some teams that have been known to make some good decisions. So
Yep.
I'm excited about the next 2 to 3 years that we've got set up right now.
Absolutely.
You know, the thing with it is when especially the Coliseum seat coaches that freak out.
The
All of
peanut
them.
gallery.
Right,
all of 'em.
dude. And so like I understand being passionate. I understand being,
Yes.
living and breathing your team.
Yes.
And the other aspect of that is our motto. Okay? Cascadia Hockey, Barry Puck's motto: support local hockey. When you just lash out at every little thing without looking at the big picture,
Yes.
that's not supporting
No.
local hockey.
No.
That's tearing down your team and making it look bad to other people.
Yep.
Give it a chance. Figure out what's going on before you mouth off.
Right.
Like I mean, honestly, these people that just run to the, it's this knee-jerk reaction bullshit of people who can't look at, hey, yeah, that kid's gone. He was going to be gone at the end of the season anyway.
Right.
Yep.
And we got something for him.
Yeah, and now
Quite
we've-
a lot, actually.
Yeah, we
Yep.
got an awesome trade for him 4 months before he was going to be gone anyway.
And guess what? He's got a chance to.
He could very
Win.
well leave,
Right.
which Beck deserves that.
Yeah.
The kid has spent his time in the league, finally got his big chance last year. He's the nicest kid, man.
Yeah, dude.
All these kids are great, dude. I mean, there's not since about 3 years ago have I come across any of them, and one of them still shows up with Seattle that I just want to punch in the face. But, and well, if he was listening, he would know who he is. But
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh God, I so bad want to drop his name.
No.
I
it's
won't.
fine.
I won't because I try not to do that.
No.
I hate when people boo the
That's
other
not who
team
we
when
are,
they win
yeah.
the stars, all that shit. I did it one time because the dude was a total dick. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Same
I
dude,
will trash
oddly
talk a
enough.
nameless
It was
entity,
not the
though.
same. It was not the same dude. But when you flick off the home fans and you're the opposition team, you
Hey,
got to get a few
wait,
boo birds.
Over here.
What?
I have to ask, is that an East Coast thing?
What?
Flip off? Flick
Yeah.
off?
Flick.
Flip off? I
Yeah.
said flip off.
No, you said
No, you
flip.
said flick off.
Well, if I say flick, then maybe.
Is
I
it?
usually just say flip, but
Well, okay, so I just
like pop is
You know
what
what?
I don't
I
say
would
pop.
say flick.
Soda.
You
And
say
I-
flick off?
I would say flick.
Okay, so that's what I've
Might be.
I've the only people I ever heard say that were a couple of Pants and her sister Melissa when they
Okay.
moved from Michigan,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And we bonded quickly over being Detroit fans,
Yeah.
but they said flick.
Flick.
That's
I never
And-
thought about it.
And I was
friend
like,
Flicka.
no, it's flip off. And they're like, flip? Like, it was the most absurd thing ever. And I was like, what a weird colloquialism. Like, I never thought about that being
didn't
a
either.
different thing. But when I heard you say it, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, there's a lot
Maybe
like
that's an East Coast thing,
We
or
s-
maybe it's Midwest because that's Michigan. I'm originally 10 years in Missouri, so I don't know.
We stand in line, they stand online.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I don't say pop, guys. Sorry, it's soda.
I don't. I'm a soda guy.
Soda. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't say pop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, are people supposed to say pop?
In
over
this
here?
area, a lot of people
Yeah,
say
the West
pop.
Coast
It's
is
pop.
pop.
I
It's
say
bastardized.
Coke Zero Cherry.
Yeah. Well, if you're in
Wrong.
Texas, everything's Coke.
Everything's
I'll
Coke,
have
yeah.
a Coke. What kind of Sprite?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how it goes.
Southeast too, Georgia, stuff like
Yep.
because I mean, Coke owns
Yep.
that whole region. It's everything's a Coke.
Absolutely. So, and Coke is better than Pepsi. So,
Oh my god! Now we're into Max Headroom territory.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to put that out there.
yeah,
What
now
the
let's
fuck
get out of
were
the
we
Wayback
talking about?
Machine.
Where were we at?
Okay,
Can you
At
bring
the
us
end of
back?
the day, I think the hockey teams, the WHL, they're kids. Even
Exactly.
If they're
It's
20,
developmental
Okay,
they're
league.
20
so
years old. They're
this
still kids.
this brings me to the fact that Beck was traded on the 1st, which was huge. A lot of us saw the writing on the wall. But then I think it was the next day or 2 days later, Kyle Olson.
Every day
gets
there was an
traded.
announcement. It seemed
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it got pretty crazy. But Kyle Olson gets traded, okay?
Right.
And not surprising. Once again, he's a 20-year-old. He hasn't played in a while. He's been injured. From what I understand, I guess his injury is better now because they traded for him. But he gets shipped off to Calgary. Everybody's losing their fucking head again, right?
But hey, I still think that's a
It's a smart move, and here's
Yeah.
why. One is we got back the second round draft pick that we lost to Calgary 2 years ago to pick up Jake Bean. So we
Yeah.
got that draft pick back. A lot of people say Jake Bean trade's what kind of set all this into motion. I disagree. But so Olsen gets traded. In return, the Ams get like 2 picks and a player, James Malm. I was really excited.
Did you say
Almost.
Mom?
Malm. M-A-L-M. Malm.
Malm.
James Malm. Whatever.
Malm.
He's
yeah,
a
like
20-year-old.
Tiger Malm.
Like Balm?
Tiger Malm. Balm. A 20-year-old. So it's a swap for a swap, you know. Cool. I'm actually really excited to see this kid come in here and play. We haven't
Yeah.
seen Olsen all year. He's going home. This sends Ole back to Calgary, which is hometown.
Which is rad.
Good for him. Calgary's
Yeah.
another one of those teams that could make a deep run this year.
You know, it's
He's
fucking
reunited with Dakota Krebs, Carson Folk.
Krebs.
I think is how you say his last name. Good for him. So that ends that day, the second. Well, then the third, a press release comes out that says Calgary Hitman. Well, I guess he wasn't technically a Calgary Hitman at that point. But anyway, James Malm, whatever, has said, yeah, I'm not going to go play there in Tri-City.
I
Oh.
don't understand
It's
why.
He
my categories, and I'm going home.
Yeah, we're gonna stop here for a second and have a conversation on 2 parts. When I first heard that, my initial reaction was, "Holy fuck! The millennials have really, really infiltrated
Yeah.
Our world.
the sporting world."
But is that what happened?
Well, let's be real. This is not the first time this has ever happened.
Right. Then she started talking, and I thought back to Eric Lindros, one of my favorite players of all time. Dude did the exact same thing. Austin Matthews
Yeah.
did the exact same thing.
John
to
Elway
Everett. To
did
Everett.
it.
John Elway did it.
He was drafted by the Colts and said, I will never play there. I'll go to Canada.
Eli Manning. Did
Eli
it.
Manning did the same thing.
I think they're a bunch of babies. Shut up and go fucking play.
There is definitely a
But
prima donna
What's the
attitude
difference
to it.
between him doing it here and then like Austin Matthews?
So here's
There's no difference.
here's my thing though. Here's my thing. If that was my first initial reaction was, holy fuck, quit throwing your hissy fit. Then I had to be reminded the kid's 20 years old.
Yes.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
How many fucking knee-jerk reactions did we make, 20, 25 even, getting into later years of life?
Well,
He's a kid.
okay. So
He's looking at the dumpster fire that is Tri-City right now. He's probably scared to go, like he's got to move to a new country.
Yeah. and
There's
and
a lot of things going on behind the
That's
scenes
what
that we
I-
don't know about.
That was the first thing I actually thought of was the fact, look, he's from Langley, BC. He's bounced around, Northwestern
Vancouver.
Canada his whole career.
Originally, he was drafted by Vancouver.
Oh, he's moved around
It's
a
the
lot.
hometown. He was drafted by the hometown team.
Yeah. He played with the West Coast Giants, and then he's been with Calgary for 2 years.
Yep.
In Vancouver.
Yep.
Played, but maybe he was just like, look, man, I've done this enough. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go to Washington State. I
so
don't wanna
is
move
he
to Canada.
out then?
He's if you do that, if you don't report, you're officially suspended.
By league rule,
Okay.
you're
That-
suspended.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure.
He can retire. He can.
I'm sure there's
forget
an
what the
appeals. I'm sure there's an appeals process where he can plead his case on why he didn't
Well,
want to go.
you know
and
what,
maybe there's
dude?
a decision that can be made. But
Though, if you're a 20-year-old, why go? Honestly, if your prospects are not bright,
right,
Yeah.
okay,
He's
if-
going to go to college. That's what he'll do.
Yeah, if your prospects are not bright, moving out of country to a team that is in the process of a rebuild for the last 4 months and then being shipped back, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, what's
like,
the point,
I'm
right?
sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't see that as a prima donna thing. I think the kid's making a decision of,
It's just not worth.
this
my
isn't
time.
worth that.
I wonder
My-
if he forfeits a year of his college, though.
That was my only
Because
question.
that's what a
and I don't
waste
know
of your
Yes.
time.
because he's suspended now. If he forfeits that last year of college,
I
that
don't
could have been
know
paid
if-
for.
Yeah.
I would imagine he probably does.
If he
So he's a
doesn't play it,
20-year-old. This would be his 5th year of college paid for. So he still has 4. But I bet you he gives up that last one. And that, to me, that's sad. Because giving up 4 months, you're giving up $25,000.
Is this a kid? Is this a kid that's going pro?
No.
I mean, okay.
No. He's good. He's good at the
fine.
W level, but he's not going pro.
You know what? I'm a terrible example. I was an average athlete. I was pretty fast. I was average in baseball. I was average in football.
Mm-hmm.
I had a chance to possibly play CBC baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But after summer baseball and all this crap, years of just doing baseball, giving up all my summers and stuff, man, I loved it, but I didn't love it that much.
Yeah.
Now, amplify that by 1,000,000. If he knows he's not going pro, maybe there's other things on his mind. Maybe he wants to finish his degree and start a career, and he can bang around and play club hockey anywhere he wants. I mean, maybe there's more at work here than just being a bitch.
That's exactly my point.
But then what about the commitment aspect? I mean, I'm raising my kids that when you commit to something, you finish it out.
Oh, yeah.
If my son, he has a scholarship going to college at EOU, and if he says, I'm done, I'm going to quit, I'm like, boy, I raised you better.
Finish that's what I've always taught them.
Yeah.
You want to play sports.
That's the same with
you
me.
get a few games in and you realize you don't like it. That's fine. You're going to finish that season because you don't give up on your team.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't give up on his team because he traded.
He was being traded.
Right.
Exactly.
But
So he could kind of feel like the team gave up on him.
He's been in the league for 4 years.
So Anya, because he was traded from Vancouver to Calgary, so it's not his first trade. Either.
So Anya's argument is the Wayne 31 and 31 days conversation. As a man finishes what he starts.
Oh, man.
You got to hydrate.
I love how the conversation.
You don't got to worry about me
that
hydrating.
Conversation
I'm always hydrated.
just stopped like at 25 days, and then they don't even continue on to 31.
Because it's
no,
impossible.
they do.
Oh,
They
well,
do.
and that's right. Because then they cut to him standing in the bar, and he goes, "Yep." Well, I guess the man's got to finish what he started.
I know everything correlates to Letterkenny.
That was so funny. We'll talk Letterkenny.
I'm not going to judge him. I mean, who knows? Maybe something happened in his personal life. Maybe he's bipolar and he just kind of flipped out that day. I don't know.
All of this is leading me to say, AMS fans, and I'm saying AMS fans because I'm not super familiar with the other fan base, but AMS fans, y'all motherfuckers are toxic. And it's really fucking annoying. And I can say this as a former I had a text conversation this past week with a former player here, a beloved former player here, who pretty much said, y'all motherfuckers figure it out. You're pissing me off is what was said. Because people are slamming Bob Torrey, people are slamming Kelly Buchberger, people are slamming this organization with zero clue of what's going on behind
or even
the
how to
scenes.
do it, because I don't see them coaching a team.
So many people have said, "Oh, Bob Torrey's time is up." You know, he doesn't draft well anymore. He doesn't know the league anymore. Guys, Bob Torrey's won championships. Bob Torrey has been the GM of, I think this is his 4th team, including a very successful Portland Winterhawks team, including a very successful. Now the Winnipeg Ice, but the Kootenay Ice, who won the championship under Bob's watch. The Seattle Thunderbirds did well under Bob's watch. Bob Torrey is a good GM, okay? Is his style different than other GMs? Sure, absolutely. That's why different teams bring in different GMs to try it out. But you guys have zero, and I am saying you guys, there is a separation here because I have seen behind the veil quite a bit. You guys have zero clue of what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And that, when I say you guys, that's not everybody. Some of you people out there, you people.
You people.
I
what do you
opened
mean,
that
you
can.
people?
I opened that can. Some of y'all, I'll use one of my southern terms, some of y'all
peeps,
just don't grasp that this game isn't just about you. It's not about
I'm going to have to disagree because I think it's all about me.
Look, it's okay to be.
I like that you just took that just to do it.
It's okay to be super passionate. There's really nothing wrong with that. But
absolutely, but don't make it personal. This is a game.
Okay,
you're talking about people.
I know, and I get that. And trust me,
I have never understood that.
My dad
people get so involved with the game, and they're like, ah, and I'm like,
I get it. As a fanatic of the game of hockey, I do not like to see a team lose. Period. I hate it. I fucking hate it. But my dad and I had this conversation when he was here for Christmas, and it was, He told me, he was like, I can't watch football anymore because literally he would not sleep at night. He said if the Cowboys played in a Sunday night game, whether they won or they lost, he couldn't sleep the whole night because if they lost, he was so mad. If they won, he was so excited. So he's like, I had to stop. Like I was addicted to that shit, and I had to like step back away from it. And that's where people let it get so intrinsically entwined into who they are that they forget the humanity first off.
Well, that's fanatical. I would say that's
unhealthy.
A small percentage of the fan base.
So I need to.
That's the loudest part of the fan base.
Well, of course, it always is.
I need to soapbox here for a minute.
I need a dick.
And this is not. She's a lovely woman, and we took a fine walk.
One fine walk. Unless you're with the other chick.
I know
check your oil, Derry. So anyway, I saw Jimmy the other day.
Oh yeah,
super fan Jimmy.
Hell yeah, woohoo!
Yeah,
Jimmy.
Ran into Jimmy at the convenience store after
on.
picking Snow up from work.
Right on.
Love that dude.
Yeah,
he's super positive all the time.
Yes,
that's not the side of the fan base we're talking.
We
about.
need more Jimmys in this.
We
world,
need
man.
more Jimmys. And Russell, them fucking Jimmys.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, there is a epidemic in this area of reactionism. It is blatant in local social media. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep.
You look at any news post, the comments section is
horrible.
A toxic dumpster fire of hell. It's vile because nobody takes a second to think. Everybody just reacts. There's an undercurrent of anti-intellectualism of I don't have to think.
Right.
I don't have to take we are a community that is built completely on instant gratification and me.
Yeah.
Okay.
The restaurant industry in this town is, if I don't see a commercial for it, I'm not going to that restaurant. Now, I think those things are changing.
I don't think that's isolated to Tri-Cities.
No, I don't either.
That's
but
every community in America.
But it's big time. Yeah. It's very, very, very.
That's because that's the only
here.
one that you're seeing.
That's because it's social media.
Absolutely.
Well, then that makes it even more of a subject to talk about, because if it's that encompassing, which I believe it is. See, the last area we lived in was the East Coast, but it was 10 years ago when Facebook and all that was just starting to really
go to any local news Facebook in Paducah, Kentucky, and I guarantee you
for
it's
sure.
carbon copy of what you're seeing.
I don't disagree at all.
But that's the problem. And now there's articles coming out that like you can't get youth league refs anymore.
Yeah,
because
they're all quitting at a rampant.
Yeah,
because
I think
parents will
because parents are assholes. Exactly. I know. Yeah,
exactly. And I've had this conversation on this podcast before. Like my son's first year playing varsity football, I was that guy, and then like it hit me one day. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
just looked like a big ass baby up there, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad I went down to the refs to call them out after the game. Like, I went from the top of the stands down to their tunnel entrance
angry Aaron.
to call them out. And that was like, that was the look I always got from her. It was so crazy. But then
grow up.
And it's one of those, like, I can't just say get over it to people, because I understand I was there.
Yeah.
People are there. But how ridiculous is that now we can't find refs for youth?
There's no
sports.
way I would even want to be involved with it, because of the fact that social media has allowed people, these idiots, to freaking make you feel like stupid.
Here's the
small.
thing. Here's the thing.
Like, why am I going to coach your kid if you're going to be an asshole? Go coach your own damn kid.
Yeah.
Right. And the other aspect of that is, you know what? These people, I'm sure, are not bad people. But they caught the wrong thing at the wrong time, and they didn't stop and think.
You're talking about the ones that come across as toxic, like the fans and stuff like that. Yeah,
they just react. If everybody would just take a moment to take a step back and look at situations, that's what we need.
Yeah,
that's what we as a people need. Let alone the hockey community.
Absolutely.
If you just knee-jerk react, like Mac and me over here hating on Gritty, like I don't know what
Wait,
you're
you
going to
hate
do.
Gritty
Wait a
too?
minute.
No,
Wait
I
a
love
minute.
Gritty.
No,
Wait
we're
a minute.
I'm just,
Oh,
I just,
no,
I
I
have to
heard-
stop you. I have to
No.
stop you. I have
play
to
it.
stop
I'm
you.
just playing.
I heard that
That
wrong.
was-
I thought you said me and.
He said
No,
Mac and me.
Mac and
It's
me.
another,
I got
another
it.
podcast.
I have to stop you though, because this has gone far enough. My comments about Gritty were
said you don't
not-
like 'em.
They were not a knee-jerk reaction. I had a very well thought out response to the reason why I don't.
Oh no,
care for
you're
Gritty.
absolutely right.
Okay.
You're
You did.
absolutely
Okay.
right.
You did have
Okay.
a well thought out response. My
Continue.
response to that response is
That's
you
fine.
are wrong.
You guys don't have to like
You're
my
straight up
response,
wrong.
but I just wanted to.
No.
I just didn't say I hate it.
You know what,
Because
Derek?
I hate
you know
it.
what, Derek? There's one thing about you that I've
That's
learned
fair.
this year.
That's fair.
Getting to know you, and I do truly appreciate this about you, is you
Getting to know
can back up your
about
opinions.
you.
Sure.
You're not just like, well, I think that sucks. Why? I don't know, it just sucks.
Right. That
There's a
drives
reason
me
for
nuts
it.
more than anything when people have a very strong opinion about something
With
but can't
no-
tell you
no
why.
reason,
No
exactly.
substance, right.
Exactly.
No, that's so.
You
Anyway,
will rarely get that from me. Not
If-
saying it won't happen, because it happens.
So here's the thing that I want to stress at this point in the conversation. If you're still with us,
oh, yeah, because we got a few more trades to talk about.
yeah, if you're still with us, if you're still this far deep into the cast, that doesn't mean we don't appreciate our community.
No.
None of that. None of what we're saying. We're just saying, please don't react.
Or grow the
With-
fuck up.
Just take about 20% off.
There it is.
We're doing this on. Well, I say me, and I think the rest of us are doing this because we do believe in our area, we do believe in this community, and we believe that hockey can be a big part of this community, a big
Right.
positive part of this community, and that's part of the reason we do.
And it
this.
is. And what you're seeing.
But you have to come at it with positivity,
Sure.
Absolutely,
Well,
even
you know,
in
there's
the
room-
face of adversity.
absolutely.
Hold on,
Absolutely.
though. I will say there's room for criticism. There's nothing wrong
Not
No,
saying there's
with
not.
criticism, but if it's thought out, and like, I'm going to go back to Anya's expertise here. She can talk about this. The people that we hear the loudest are that top 1% of the complete jackasses.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not hearing from the regular people. It's the same with like online reviews.
Yeah.
If someone has a great experience with a nice pair of shoes, they're probably not going to go online and tell you that.
Absolutely.
But if one person has a terrible experience, they're going to go online and tell you about that.
Absolutely.
So
it's the problem with the whole Yelp environment. Yeah.
we just need to take about 20% off.
Well,
is all I'm saying.
and to play and to add to that point in a positive way is that there are a lot of fans online of the Americans that are very positive. Things like Beck, man, we loved you. We're
Right.
going to miss you. Good luck. You know,
And
we wish
that
you
is
nothing but the
beautiful.
best.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
I just want to stress that we're not umbrella
No,
everyone.
It's the ones that are speaking the loudest with nothing to back it up. Those are the ones that are really driving me crazy. And even at live games and stuff, there's certain people. Kyle's called him out before. When that guy's still doing his thing.
Do you remember the one guy? I think
Yeah.
that was down there in the middle section, and like he would
That
like,
said an N.
that said that like because the player was like, "I effed your wife," and he's like something about, "No, you didn't," or
Yeah.
are we talking about this?
No, we're not talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking. No, this is a different guy.
Okay.
I
This is
totally
different.
want to be Clint Howard in that thing you do right now. Yeah, man. Yeah, Diane Dane.
I can't
Yeah, that's
Wasn't that
hot,
good?
man.
Wasn't that?
I can't remember if it was Keegan Kolzar or if it was Keegan Iverson of
Because
Portland.
he told the person that we know that like I fucked your wife last night.
Yeah, and
That's
he's like,
just a
"No,
good
you didn't.
chirp."
You're only 17, man."
Yeah.
Or something
What
like
kind
that.
of shit ass
Yeah.
chirp is that?
That's a
Was
great
that his
chirp.
comeback?
No, that was my comeback. That was that was when I was working broadcast.
Oh my god! You know, it would have been so awesome to have an amazing comeback. Like, I don't know. I can't. I'm
Yeah,
not.
okay, I'll throw this one
From
at
the
you.
things
My
I should
favorite,
have said, File.
I don't get much. I'm not an aggressive person. I don't normally, chirp
I don't wipe
in
properly.
life. My personal business is none of our
Oh my
listeners'
gosh! I
concern.
wish you guys could see because Corey's face was awesome.
So, no, what I was going to say is this guy was freaking out at the gas station, and somebody
Oh.
was parked between two pumps, and I had to kind of take this weird angle to get in.
You told this.
Did I tell this on the air?
I don't remember if it was on air. Tell it though.
But
I
so-
know where you're going. I've
so,
heard this.
Yeah,
one.
the guy rolls his window down and he yells at me. He's like, "You park like an asshole," and I was like, "Your wife says you fuck like one."
and I
and he,
remember because your reaction was, holy fuck, did I just
Yeah,
say
did
that?
I just say that? And then he just kind of looked at me, and I was like, "Oh, don't sweat it, quit, kitten, you'll get better." And then he just drove off and was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, what a great day this
Disarmed
was."
him.
Oh my
I don't know why, but
gosh!
today feels like it's going to be a great day.
I would have loved to have seen that. But I'm not very good at comebacks. I remember them like 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah.
And then I like hold on to it and I just wait like when we get in
Oh, God.
tips. I sit and like we'll get in a tip and then we'll fight, blah, blah,
I
blah.
think everybody does
and like
that.
a day or two later I'm like,
I should have said that.
Yeah.
dang.
Oh,
See,
dude,
I would have
almost-
won.
I'm gonna if anybody from the team's front office is listening right now, I'm gonna apologize. But I didn't do anything. But
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. The New Year's Eve game when I was down on the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, that was of all the games I've been down there. It was the hardest for me to shut my fucking mouth that night.
Really?
Rolling my eyes, doing like just all I wanted to say to the Chiefs players was give your balls a tug. Like I don't know why that night it made it so hard, but I lost it when they started chirping each other. The Chiefs started
Jesus
chirping
Christ.
each other, and I'm like, oh man, these guys are falling apart. I'm just going to sit back and
Yeah,
watch this.
that's just terrible. So I heard this.
Shoot the fucking puck, Beckman.
Okay, I heard the greatest, most innocent yet hurtful statement the other day.
Yeah.
And I said it to Snow just offhandedly when she said something, and I was like, dude, your soul is just full of dirty socks.
Oh.
And she was like, how dare you? And I was like, dude, that's so wholesome and horrible at the same
Exactly.
time. It's become one of my favorite sayings in the world. Your soul is full of dirty socks.
Not to your wife anymore, though.
No, God, no. I'm not stupid.
Just that one
Okay,
time.
Corey,
Just
okay.
the one time to test the waters.
I think we're all on the same page here.
Yeah.
It's the toxic fans.
I would say
but
this-
what was interesting to me was those two players get traded. What? Corey's pointing at me.
No, you played a clip earlier for us that you were going to play again on the show.
The Torlet.
the tier.
Well, that's what we started with.
This is exactly the shit on the toilet.
Yeah.
On the
outside
outside
of
of
the
the
toilet.
I think I understand what the shit on the outside of the toilet
Right.
got there from the shit on the outside
Most
of the
people-
urinus. But why are people shitting on the outside of
Right.
the toilet?
that's what these people are doing.
That's the bad
Yeah.
people, but
They don't have anything to
90% of
do.
the people shit in the toilet.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
and that's the quote of the day.
What got funny though when you talk you brought up how a lot of people have strong opinions but nothing to back it up.
Right.
It was proven when 2 days later the team traded away Caden Cole, who to me I liked the kid a lot. He was
their only fighter
he was the
on
only
the
one
team.
that would fight this year.
Yeah.
He was a number one. He was a first round, like number 7 overall draft pick 2 or 3 years ago in the Bantam draft. Traded him away quietly.
Now who's
Nobody-
gonna fight? It's gonna.
Nobody really said much. Traded him away for a couple draft picks and I believe a player.
Oh, because he wasn't a favorite, right? He
and
wasn't
he's
a
in
fan
Vancouver.
favorite.
He's in yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't a fan favorite, so nobody really had a strong opinion.
He
about
was
him.
my favorite because he fought.
Yeah.
Because on this team right now, I am a fan of hockey. I am not a fan of the home team. I support my local hockey team, but I can't go to a game and root for the Americans right now because they're going to lose a lot of games. And if I go and root for them, I'm going to get angry and be that stupid ass fan. So I know my limits.
I like,
but I liked Cole because
some
I know.
self-awareness. I enjoy.
We
it.
appreciate your honesties.
And I know that if they aren't going to win, there's got to be some fighting.
Yeah.
Now, who
Yeah.
the fuck is going to fight?
We'll have
Yep.
some pride.
I, you know,
He's
He
going to
was-
come back
he was-
and whip our
he was
asses
the
is what he's
one-
gonna do.
I don't
think it was
think
in-
Boosh can take any more fighting.
Were you
Yeah.
there?
He's been beat up this season.
Derek, were you there at that game? Remember the one like the 10-1 speed bagging?
Yeah,
Was that the
that
fight
was-
though? Cole got in the fight with the dude, and then when it was over, he took his helmet off and he goes like this and skates away from him.
Yes.
I'm like,
That
I
this-
love that kid.
Yeah.
That was this year.
That's
It's
awesome.
like, I love that kid, and now he's gone. But nobody threw a big fit about it because he wasn't. He wasn't part of the.
I can
plan.
summarize this
Fuck
really,
that.
really quickly. There's a reason that the team store doesn't sell jerseys with the names on the back.
Yeah,
Guys, this is a developmental league.
there you go.
We're
They
not-
sell T-shirts with Bouchard's name on it.
We're not gonna have.
all right.
We're not gonna have.
T-shirts.
You
not
can
a jersey.
discount and
True.
throw away some T-shirts real quick.
Yeah.
So we go out there and it's all about the name on the crest on
Yeah.
the front of the jersey, not the one on the back. You know, it's a brotherhood.
So at the end of the,
The
day,
legs feed the wolf,
we're not
boys.
going to have your Russell Wilson franchise players for 10
Right.
years in a row. This is a developmental
Yeah.
league. We
Right.
love them while they're here. We wish
Right.
them well when they leave, but we always root for the Tri-City Americans.
Is
we-
Russell Wilson a brand of chocolates?
It's very possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Russell Stover.
Oh, okay.
That's his.
Yeah,
that's his
that's-
cousin.
okay.
That's his cousin.
Yeah.
Are you being serious?
No.
It's his cousin Roddy.
Not
such
even
a
the same.
fucking
Not even.
moron.
The same
Why do I
last name.
believe shit?
I don't know.
Speaking of that,
You're
there's
so
a color
cute.
guy in Canada
Oh God.
that sounds.
Damn, Derek! I thought you said there's a colored guy in Canada.
I bet you there's
I'm
a
like,
lot of
whoa!
I bet you there's a lot of colored guys.
Holy shit, man!
I knew what he said,
Is
but
he
I
blue,
still was like,
purple, orange, red, or yellow, or
You
green?
guys-
Can I ask a question?
Or magenta.
You people need to get your heads
Please.
out of the Torlet.
Can I ask
You
a serious
people.
question though? And I mean this, guys. Do you remember when calling somebody a colored person was not good, and now it's all people of color? Like who
yeah,
made that? Who
I
made
don't
that
know.
decision
I don't know.
to bring that back?
I think
just
it's
don't
all
like-
about
I don't-
context.
I don't like the.
Maybe it's because I grew up in Virginia. When a white person said a colored person, it was not a
Oh,
term
it was
of
bad.
endearment.
It's listen.
It was not.
It's just context. We love all people of color. You're an asshole because you're a person of color.
yeah,
There's a big difference there.
yeah. And I mean that. I don't mean to get like.
But you're talking about a person of color commentary.
Right, a color man in the booth. I'm talking
Right.
about broadcasting.
Right.
Which, when we get to the NHL, if we do today, I have my game of the week, and he was color commentating on the game of the week.
Okay.
Dead ringer for Roddy Piper, and it made me so happy listening to him.
yeah.
It was beautiful.
The guy he
I don't
was
know his
talking
name.
about that he brought
I don't
this
know
whole
his
thing
name.
up.
He was doing the color for San Jose,
Oh, okay.
San Jose, Washington, which was a ridiculous game.
Oh, yeah.
On
Yeah,
Sunday
that
night.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
It was
man.
insane, dude. It was a 3-2 lead with a minute left.
Yeah.
Well, it was 3-2 lead with a minute left. San Jose scores an empty netter, 4-2, 58 seconds left.
Wow.
Washington Billy whacks 2 goals to tie it up, and then Washington wins it in overtime. It was an absolutely insane game.
That's stellar. dude.
That's a lot
That is
like what the
stellar.
Chicago Blackhawks did to the Boston Bruins back in, I think, 2012 in the Stanley Cup Finals, man.
So far, that's my game of the year. Easily,
Yeah.
San Jose, Washington on Sunday night. It was ridiculous.
That was a crazy one for sure.
That would have been fun to watch. Not the boring ass. Oh, sorry. I'll move on. It was boring.
What was boring?
Sunday night game.
It got speed bagged.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the
Flyers.
outdoor game. No, the outdoor
Oh no,
game.
the
That was
god,
awesome.
the outdoor game was fun. That's another thing. We
Also
didn't even
one
get
of the best
okay,
hockey games
So
I've
let's
watched
just
all year.
let's just time out real quick. Let me just bring this whole 40-minute conversation to an end here. Be better fans.
kind. Rewind.
Please keep in mind that these players are human beings.
and
Sunday
kids
night,
and their children.
exactly. Sunday night though, when we were watching them get speed bagged by Kelowna,
Okay. What does that mean by
sometimes you just get speed bag,
you're
boys.
just getting the shit kicked out of you, and you're getting goal after goal after goal after
Can't
goal
do
after
anything.
goal.
A 10-2
Yeah,
drubbing.
think of in
a
boxing, they
7-1.
practice on that speed bag.
Okay, understood.
You just never stop punching it.
Got it.
When they were getting speed back Sunday night, my heart really went out to these kids, man, because it's like I'm thinking some of these guys are 16 years old, and
Yeah.
they're having to deal with shit that like professional players
Yes.
Yeah.
are having to deal with.
I bet
Yeah.
you they read those comments. They're online.
I said that to you after that text conversation
Yeah.
on New Year's Day. I said, if anybody thinks that players don't understand what's being talked about online about them or the organization,
You're a fool.
that right there proves it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
I wonder what the stance. I wonder if there's any team rules or anything about that. I mean, being mostly underage kids,
I'm pretty sure it's.
I would
want to
keep them off of social media.
Well, they're not very active. Like current players,
They're on it.
They're on it.
I'm sure they're on it,
but
but
they're not super active. But
I don't think they're allowed to be.
yeah, they are. There's nothing holding them back.
Mm,
There's not. I know
Well,
this because of
they
the
just don't
positions
have
I've
time. They're in the gym. They're at school. They're in the rink. They're out on
there's
the
certain
road.
there. I can say that there is a certain platform where they do not want players to be tagged in the comments because
Fortnite.
of what can. Oh yeah, that too. But then there's certain ones that they say have fun with it. You know. So I mean, there's guidelines. But there's definitely
That's all I'm saying.
There's definitely no stay off of it sort of thing.
No,
I
I
can
believe that.
100% say that.
but
anyway,
these guys have got other shit on their minds.
yep.
They've got other stuff to do, and Fortnite. So I mean, what are they? I mean,
Fortnite.
come on.
I think that's started to die down a little bit.
I think so, too,
in
but
the, in the hockey
not
community.
in our
That's-
family.
That's why I'm going to keep talking about it
Yeah.
because now that it's
Keep
over,
it going.
Now that it's over, this is when I glom on
Let
this
it
stuff.
go. There was another trade yesterday. The team traded an 8th-round pick away for a 18-year-old defenseman from Edmonton, 6'4", 200-pound kid.
Is he
Aiden.
actually coming to play?
He is actually here. He showed up.
Maybe he'll scrap.
Oh, and then there was a John Little, I think was the guy's name. We got him from Vancouver. He showed up yesterday.
And we named a new captain too, right?
Okay, and that's a big story because Sunday night it hadn't been said, but we were watching the game. I said, "Is Christoph wearing a C?" And looked down, and sure enough, he had the C on. So nobody had said anything about it.
I know. And we were like, I can't tell.
My guess is they probably did it right before the game.
Probably.
And like they probably had him in the locker room and said, "Hey, kind of like a
Pre-game
ceremony,
sorta,
but kind of like a
Yep.
good luck."
Like
So, the team did announce it yesterday. Here's some interesting fun
like
facts
that
about
scene
that.
from The Goon.
Here's the interesting fun fact, though. This is only the team's second European captain since, and the last one was like in 02-03. Marcus somebody, I forget what his name was. But he's only the 6th Czech player in the whole history of the WHL to wear a C for a
That
team.
is awesome.
So, and Christoph is
He's
the
the-
nicest kid.
I know
he
we
was
say
so
that about
cool.
everybody,
We-
but literally he is the most polite kid that I have ever met. And that's saying a lot
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I think all kids suck.
Yeah.
Just to be out there.
No, but he's super polite, super friendly. The language barrier gets him a little bit, but he does really well. He's got a contract with the San Jose Barracuda of the AHL, so after this season's over, he's technically on loan from the Barracuda to us this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so but he's got a contract with them. He'll be down there next year.
Did he play last year?
Here?
Rabik? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Last year
I
was
can't
his
remember.
first year here. Him and
Yeah.
Konichenko were the... Here's the other interesting thing, though, now, too. I've never been a part of an AMS team that didn't have 2 imports on the roster and 3 20-year-olds. Right now, we have 1 20 and 1 import, and they're both the same person. It's kind of weird.
That
right
is-
now, it's
that
just-
is- yeah, that
it
is kind of new
feels
territory.
weird. I'm excited, though, with the
loading up,
direction.
man.
You're going to hear from me first in 2 years, not next season, but the season after. The AMs are going to be a serious contender. That's
Absolutely.
the year that Bush will be 20. He'll be the captain of the team, and they will be a serious contender
Provided they don't trade him.
to win.
Oh, and then all the fans are going to lose their shit.
He'll be a serious. They will be a serious contender. They will win the U.S. division that year, and they will be a serious contender.
hot
as well.
take.
If they do not, Aaron will shave his head.
Fuck no. I'll shave my balls. There you go.
Put that on your social media and smoke it.
Put that in your book. Yeah. So no.
Put
it's
it on
so
a
sad.
T-shirt.
Okay, if that doesn't happen, can I have $100?
Fuck no. You get $100 anyway. You're the
But
one
I
that
want
makes all the
another
money.
$100.
Anyway, so fans, just be better. Seriously, be better. Be kind. Rewind. These are kids. Support them.
Yep.
Put your positive vibes out there. And for God's sake, lay off the refs, man. They suck.
They
the refs
do.
suck. Okay,
Yeah.
just accept it and move on.
We get what they pay for.
But you
Yeah,
know what? I have to
exactly.
say, watching the game Sunday night, right? Evening, whatever.
Afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon. Watching both sides, they both got shit on by the refs. Both sides,
Yeah.
both teams.
And it's usually that way. It just
Yeah.
most fans only see the ones that are in their favor. But
Yeah.
there's usually shitty calls. both
They're
ways.
just not
Yeah.
paying
so
attention.
start watching the game
Oh, and
as
guess
a
what?
fan of hockey and not as a fan of Americans, and then you'll actually see that.
Guess what else, people? The referees are also developmental.
Yeah.
If they were
I almost added another word.
so, these are also young people looking to make a career. They are learning. They are
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a developmental league. They are also being developed. So-
And remember what I said earlier? That
You know-
refs are harder and harder to come across.
Yeah.
And you know why?
Yeah.
Because,
Because they're
y'all
fucktards
fans
like
are mean
you.
to them. Your
Yeah.
fans are mean to them.
Yes.
just knock it off.
They're human. They can only take so much abuse.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Shively. He probably got.
Shivved.
Shively,
Yeah.
Shively wasn't.
Maybe he did.
Shively has only been a linesman the last couple of years.
I know that, and I know you don't like him, but I'm saying he's not here anymore.
I'm
He was
sorry,
just he just became the one that was fun to pick on.
I know, but honestly, he's developmental. He was trying to be
But
something.
I do wonder that we haven't seen him. If like he finally said, "Fuck y'all, I'm done."
Maybe he got moved to another league or something. I mean, they're
He's from here.
oh,
He was always the line. Like Steve Fleming, the little dude. He's from here. He refs for Takaha and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I just haven't seen him.
I think he probably just said enough is enough.
Right.
I'm done. You know, and that's sad. That's sad. So
Kaha sounds like a beer to me.
Takaha?
It
Yeah.
could be. It
What's
could
that?
be.
That's
Sounds like
the
a Native
Takaha
American tribe
APA.
to me.
Takaha.
Oh, by the way, false advertising on the AM's Facebook
About
on
what?
New Year's Eve.
About what?
They showed these beautiful, like, gold and black jerseys in the advertisement for the...
Oh,
That was from 2 years ago.
I know. I was like, that's the greatest jersey I've ever seen in my entire life for a New
Yeah.
Year's Eve game, and then they weren't wearing them on the
Well,
ice.
oh,
I
you
was
wanna- okay.
Well, that was
disappointed.
their. Yeah, that was the original. That was the very first
Did you-
logo.
yes, which was
Jersey.
awesome. Did you guys see that photo they posted with
Oh, God.
who was it? Sasha
and Boosh.
and Boosh with the new jerseys, and they just look pissed.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And
I'm
everyone,
like,
I
of
saw the
all
comments. too.
Everybody
the
These guys
called it
are
pictures.
out.
sad. They want to go home.
They're done. They've checked out. Of course, Boosh, as sad as it is, he still has that slight little grin.
Yeah.
He's
and
okay.
Sasha plays hard, man. The kid. I mean, he's got not a contract, but he's a prospect for Colorado. So the other night he had a great game. He had 2 or 3 points that night.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we've talked about the Americans way too much.
I concur, but
Yeah,
I get why.
Bottom line is, you're right, and let's make a pact that for the next couple of weeks we
don't say
we'll
a
give
word
it-
about the
No, I'm not going to
Americans.
say we don't
Not a
say
word.
a word because that's our local hockey team. We're going to support them, but we make it minimal. The point of the matter is, you guys get excited because you're in the middle of something cool right now. These rebuilds, it's fun.
Everett went through a rebuild, right? Or is it
Seattle
Seattle?
is going through a rebuild right now. You know, Everett has never missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
They've been a
16
team.
years?
This is their 16th or 17th season.
I'm
and
assuming
they have
this is
never
the picture you're talking about.
they have never missed the playoffs since their inception, which is pretty cool. I don't think the Ams are going to make it this year,
I don't.
which is
think so.
okay.
They're currently out. If it were to
Yeah,
start,
if it start right now, they're 2 points out.
who's the other team that would be out?
I don't think
Prince
you can,
George.
I don't think you can ever lose the entire month of December and make the playoffs.
They didn't. They won one
It's up.
game in December.
That saved them. That one win might be the one thing.
Well, that throws the percentages completely into our favor.
Letterkenny season 8. You guys heard the clip at the
Oh,
beginning
my
there. I flew through it in 2 nights. What did you guys? I know you finished up last night.
Yeah, I was a day
Derek's
and a
watched
half.
it 7 times.
No,
already.
I need to go a second time through. I was a day and a half. I watched the first 3 episodes, and then the next day I did. the
It
other
was a
5.
Randy Orton of Andre the Giant Nutsack.
It was fun. I still season 7 is my all time favorite.
Yeah, this was good though, man.
Yeah.
This was a great season.
I'm going to say something very controversial right now.
Oh boy.
This season made me love Shorzy even more.
Hmm.
And his
assault,
brutal assassination
assault,
of JJ Frankie JJ,
Frankie JJ.
Frankie JJ.
is my fucking favorite part
Well,
of that entire thing.
when the trailer released for it, that's what we all said. Like, holy shit, man! I mean, not a slash,
No.
a straight baseball swing to the back of the knee.
Yeah. And the thing is it the way to handle that situation? No. But you know what he was doing? He was
rallying
like,
the team.
this motherfucker is in everybody's head,
Yep.
and I can't take him out one way, so I'm going to take him out the other way.
Sure.
If you can't beat him,
He's
fight him.
Shoresy's a fucking team player. Was it the way to go? No. But do I respect the fuck out of it? Yes, I do.
Was it the most entertaining way to go? Absolutely.
Dude,
It galvanized the team.
I loved that scene.
That was great.
So much. Shoresy's chirps against the fucking not Newfoundland, but the other ones with the weed
Oh, and
smokers.
how about Terry Ryan?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Yeah.
that was fucking amazing, man. As soon as it came, I was like, dude, that's Terry Ryan.
Yeah.
Former Tri-City American Terry Ryan.
that was awesome.
He plays beer league pretty competitively in
Yeah.
Newfoundland.
Dude, when those guys were chirping and like Boomtown,
Yeah.
and those guys like couldn't, like they had nothing.
They
in
couldn't-
Yeah, because they
response.
thought they were just going to go in there and rip
Just
them
shut
apart.
the
Oh my
fu-
God.
And Terry Ryan and his partner were just going at it. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Back in March, he was in town here, and I had him set up to be on the show, but scheduling, he was like
Sure.
in and out a day
Yeah.
at a game, so we couldn't make it happen. But he said he'll do a phone call anytime. So
Awesome.
We
we'll
gotta
have to get
talk
him
about
on.
that episode
Yeah, now
with
that
him.
Letterkenny's dropped with him in, we'll have to get him
But
on.
seriously, dude, Shoresy's fucking chirps during that episode.
Yeah.
As he's just on the weed wagon that one.
Oh, yes.
When he just skates past the bitch going edibles, 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 edibles.
It was so
Hey,
great.
pass the Dutchie to the left.
so good.
Fucking crying.
I
dude.
felt like though they started it with my favorite, which is the hockey stuff. They did the first 2 episodes with and
With the
TSN's
championship.
coverage was great.
Oh, yeah.
the
It's fun,
faux
man.
coverage that they did was awesome. But then it kind of slowed down a little bit but it's still very, very, very cool. Very cool. Very smooth.
Very smooth.
Very smooth.
Fucking hate that guy.
Great new character.
You hated him from the very
We're supposed
beginning.
to hate that guy.
Exactly.
I know.
He played that
He's
character
awesome.
so well. And then when he was skateboarding, man, I was like, oh man, I'm starting to kind of like this.
You know
guy
what's
a
funny
little
about
bit.
that is I was getting ready to go to bed last night, and Katie was watching.
Yeah.
And she had just gotten to that episode, and I was like, "Oh look, Katie's in love with a skater boy."
Yeah.
And then she just looks at me, and I was like, "That's another Canadian reference." And with that, I'm off to bed.
Did she get it? Did she get it?
Avril.
Yeah, she knew what I was doing.
Okay.
My only two criticisms, which we touched briefly before the show, but I don't like the way Mrs. McMurray's playing the overly drunk.
It was
now.
way over the top.
I
this
thought it
year.
was way too over the top, and in fact, the first couple episodes, I thought it was a different actress.
Yeah.
I actually
yeah.
had to go, like, it was that out of character. I had to go back to IMDb and make sure it was the same actress, which it was. And then secondly, not enough Glenn for me. I love Glenn
There's
so much.
never enough
Glenn,
I-
Coach, and Gail.
Coach was
Hardly
just
had anything.
drunk at the bar the whole
Yeah.
time.
I think Glenn was there. I think Glenn was playing Stewart's penis.
Oh God.
Wow, you're going way too deep on this.
Dude, Stewart's dick was so prominent in this season.
I love the way when it first panned out to
Oh
a
my
roll goes.
God, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
funny.
I think that's Glenn. I think that's what he was playing. He
Hold
was
on, I
just
got to
tucked-
crawl in there
He
and
just
make this
tucked
work.
up in there.
Well, aren't you just a little Leo DiCaprio? But no, I love
I
Glenn.
did for you.
I don't know if he was.
Salty treat.
I don't know if he was on another TV show or developing something because he's like a writer director.
Those guys
type
are
of
huge
guy,
now,
so,
man.
But
They're all
dang
really
it, I
taking
need
off.
some more Glenn. When and if they come back, has there been an announcement for season 9? I don't know.
No, but it'll
They're
be.
not. They're not going nowhere.
Isn't there
Canada
supposed to
Day.
be like an extra episode or something?
There was 7 this year or this season.
Oh, okay.
There was 7.
I want more Little Kenny.
Yeah, Little Kenny's good.
Peep,
Canada Day,
peep.
which is in October, correct? That's when it's October. They will drop season 9.
Oh, okay.
And then Christmas Day they'll drop season 10.
Solid.
That's how they do it every year.
Solid.
Excuse me, seriously, please and thank you.
Excuse me. Seriously,
okay.
please and thank you.
Season or episode 1 or 2. I don't remember the one where Derry and Squirrely Dan showed up at the ice shack to kind of keep
Right.
It's
dibs
the end
out
of
on him.
season 1. Yeah,
Derry and episode 1.
yeah.
where they
that's what I
where they
meant.
bring Jonesy and Riley out. Derry took his chirp game to a whole nother level too.
Fucking
Whole nother
A.
level.
He speed bagged the fuck out of those two,
Yeah.
man. I was like, oh yeah.
Although,
this is
although
awesome.
my favorite of that entire line is "You're just day olds, bud."
yeah,
Like, that was the most Canadian put down I've ever fucking heard.
yes, it was so good.
So then
You're
I'm watching.
fucking 5'11", aren't you?
So there's another.
average, bud.
If you want to watch Letterkenny in real life, there's a axe throwing world championships.
Jesus, fuck this again.
From Canada. But listening to those guys talk, and they're not playing characters, like, this is legit, dude. Like, they're
Oh, yeah.
talking like the Letterkennians. I'm not
That's
even
so
kidding
awesome.
you.
You were all over
Dude,
that.
I'm
my
good.
God.
We're getting an axe throwing
Yeah, we are.
bar in Pasco,
Yep.
and they're gonna have a mobile trailer. So like
That's
events, they can
right.
bring it to
Yeah.
your event,
I
and you
told
can
you
have
about that.
axe throwing championships. I'm going pro.
Well,
I'm
we saw-
saying it right now. I'm going
Fucking
pro.
surrounded
was in
by
Spokane.
Vikings.
Spokane, yeah.
There's a guy that wears a kilt. It's amazing.
Oh, is that the dude from the Americans games?
No, it's
Baby,
not.
you should wear a kilt.
Fuck no.
That would be fun.
Anyway, we are way over. I want to say next week we'll tone back the rhetoric because
I get
the
dude.
trade deadline's in 3 days, so
Okay.
not much more can happen.
we
Actually, a whole hell of a lot
Yeah,
more
there's
can
3
happen.
days.
NHL is picking up steam.
Yes,
There's
let's
some
talk
good
about the
stuff.
Winter Classic.
Yeah, there'll be
Peter
some-
Laviolette just got fired, which I love that guy. So I'm sad to see him go. But then Nashville brought John Hines in, who John
Yeah.
Hines was just fired in New Jersey not too long ago this season. So
Mm-hmm.
it's weird right now what's going
Yeah,
on.
but there's a lot to talk about there.
Absolutely.
We've got women's hockey to talk about. Well, I
Winter-
know you guys are doing
Yeah,
the
oh,
other cast, but I'm not dropping off that.
No, we can still discuss it for sure. And let me say real quick too that West Side Story will drop a new episode this Friday. And let me just say thank you to Dan Brown because he's really really connected with the women's hockey, especially in Seattle, which is huge right now. But he brings a lot of knowledge to that. And this one here, man, she's constantly bringing stuff up.
Yeah,
so, I know. Just save it. Save it. We have a lot of those conversations.
Save it.
You'll hear that on West Side Story come this Friday. But we're right in the middle of it, man. All-Star breaks come in. Yeah. Any other really huge news?
Oh,
No.
All-Star break. The
Oh,
people that aren't
Penguins.
going
Jake
to the All-Star
Gensel's,
game.
Jake Gensel's out for the rest of the season.
Yep.
But they still keep fucking winning.
Okay.
Mike,
I don't
is it Mike
understand
Sullivan?
it.
Mike Sullivan, the coach in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You heard it here from me. Guy's an amazing coach.
Coach of the
man.
century.
Coach of the decade.
Does
for
more
sure.
with less than anyone else.
It's a fucking witch.
No Crosby, no Malkin for big part of the year.
Right.
They're still right
Oh,
there.
and maybe next month we'll find out a name for the Seattle team.
Nah, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, whatever.
It'll happen eventually. It'll happen sometime between
it
now and
won't.
September of 2021.
No, it won't. We're gonna just have the Seattle team.
They're going to be the team to be named later.
The
that
Seattle
plays in
Seattles.
Seattle.
They're going to be the
Oh
Seattle
my god!
Seattles.
If we just adopt the Prince symbol, I'm in.
The Seattle Seattles.
That's right.
Seattle's.
The Seattleians.
Anyway, let's bring it on home, buddy.
Thank
First
you,
one back.
everybody, for listening. This has been the first episode of 2020 of Cascadia Hockey.
The
Cascadia
Shashbang.
Hockey is brought to you by Buried Puck Threads.
Where do we record?
We record in the Adventures Underground AU Radio Studios, 1391 George Washington Way, Richland, Washington, 99354. Come on in. Come get coffee. Buy a record. Hang
7
out.
days a week. 7 days a week.
Talk to us about anything. Talk to us about hockey. Talk to us about books. Talk to us about how you have a stubborn booger that you can't get out of your nose.
Those hurt.
Yeah,
When
dude.
they're
That's
connected?
just, they're just
I
mean.
hate those.
They're just mean.
Yeah.
This has been a fantastic episode. My name is Corey Gaston. With me, saying goodbye, Derek. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to another week of getting bashed about my
Gritty
stance
hatred.
on gritty.
That's it. That's the minute
Bring
clip
it,
right now.
peeps.
We're just going to make sure the gritty clip is on here saying,
If you guys,
Derek
if you
hates
guys would like some
Derek.
Patreon bonus content, we'll show you a video of Anya beating the fuck out of Derek.
hell yeah.
I still got to find the footage of Mike Herrera from MXPX beating the shit out of me.
Yes, you do.
I got to find that.
Yes, you do. Anya, thank you so much for bringing awesome levity to what we do.
I don't even know what that word means. Levity?
Yeah, you
I don't
levitate.
levitate.
You balance
Yeah,
us.
It's fine.
You balance us.
It's fantastic. Homie,
Yo.
boss man,
Yeah.
you ready for this?
You are such a weirdo.
It's levity. I'm levity.
A little.
I love you
3,
so much, though.
2, 1.
Please and no thank you.
So be gone, people of the cave, people of the sun, people who are brave, people who will run. One became two became none. The end has begun.